morning, everyone. Welcome to our free webinar. Today, we're talking about creating eye-catching images using a free resource called Canva. We're so glad to have you with us.
And it's me, Katrine, and my co-host Dixie, and we are from Easy Marketing. We have lots and lots of great information today, and please know that you can put questions in your chat box, and we will answer those as much as we can. And if not, you do have our contact information right here. And we also have a YouTube channel where we put up this video. So go to YouTube and search for Easy Marketing, and you're going to find us. So we are a marketing firm. We've been around since for 23 years now. We do website, we do graphic design, social media, and we work a lot with constant contact and email marketing. We do believe that that is the best way to reach people in their inbox. So let's take a look for a moment at a side-to-side comparison of an email marketing campaign. So here to the left now, you have a regular email with text that you could send out from Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo or something. Then now you get constant contact, the email marketing products, and suddenly look at what's a big difference. Now you can have images, you can have register now button, you can have lots of, it just looks so much better. But we can take it one step further if we use eye-catching graphics, and this is created in Canva. And now this email really, really pops, both on a desktop and on mobile. Plus, you can use the same images that you created in Canva, which in this case is the image with the girl with the donuts there, when you do social media. So and for blogs on your website. You created once in Canva, and then you use it in many, many places. And creating this email from start to end, including putting in the text, putting in the link to register, creating the artwork, take less than 20 minutes. So let's take a look. So what is Canva? For some of you, this might be brand new. It is an online platform for people who are not graphic designers. Just so you know, we are not affiliated in Canva in any way. We just use it ourselves, think that is fantastic. We use it when we do anything for our clients, and it works so well with constant contact. So let's take a look and see how it's going to be, because it's easy to set up and there is a free version. So to start with, you can just go to Canva.com, Canva.com, and sign up. And you're going to see, if you look under plans and pricing, that there is a free version. And this is actually a free version. It's not a trial, and it's very robust. So the free plan includes more than 1 million templates and 3 million stock photos. And if you decide and feel that you use it a lot, you might want to spend $10 a month for the pro version that has many more images and templates and some other features that Dixie will talk about in a minute. So, oops, I was too quick there, sorry. There we are. So, importance of great pictures. I think you all know how they capture attention, get people engaged. It's going to boost your conversion rates. Conversion rates means that someone is going to take action. Usually it is a sales of some kind. And it really improves your brand perception. So, and we're going to get back to that in just a minute. So where do you get your images? So best if you can take your own pictures, make sure they are good. Or you hire a photographer. When we start to work with new clients, it is essential that they have good images, and usually they don't. So we recommend that they hire a local photographer. We're just about to start to work with a company up on Amelia Island that has Airbnb for rent. And they have already started to take photos. The photographer there even took drone photos of the properties. That's going to be gold for us when we start to market that product. You can also go and purchase images. There are places like Adobe Stock, Shutterstock, and so on. And usually an image costs anywhere between $10 and $50. And you can create your own graphics, and that's what we're going to do in Canva. So if you have Canva, you can create it. What you may not do, what is absolutely forbidden, is to go to Google or go to social media, take someone else's image and use it for yourself. It doesn't matter how much someone says that, no, this is free. Free is never a good thing in here. You need to be able to prove that you have the rights to that pictures if someone will come after you. And I've seen many clients getting lawyers after them because they have used images that were not theirs. One more little thing about images, and you're going to see that when Dixie and a little while are downloading the images she's going to show you. there is some kind, a regular photo or image is a JPEG. And that is a small file size, and that is perfect anytime you work with digital marketing. If you have or printed something, they need to be bigger. But then there's this PNG file. And the only time you need to use a PNG file is if you also need transparent background. Are you going to show that, Dixie?
I am, yes.
Yes, so she's going to show that. So when you download your images, never download them as PNG files. They're often 3, 4, 5 times as big as the JPEG. And big files is slow feed on your computer or your phone. There is also something called vector files, but we're not going to deal with them today. So I'm leaving the word for you, Dixie.
Thank you. So before you start designing on Canva, we want you to start with something called a branding board. We do this for every single one of our clients. And what this does is collects all the things you're going to use in one place. So you're going to have your logo and any other variations of your logo. You know, sometimes you have like a round or square version for social media. You're going to have all the colors that you use in that logo and maybe some other colors that you use in your website. You're going to have the fonts, the typography that you've picked for your brand. And the point here is to be consistent, because you're going to see in a minute when we get to Canva that there is a lot to pick from. And what we don't want to happen is we pick one from here, one from there, and all of a sudden your social media feed or your newsletter or your website looks like it was designed by your 13-year-old. Okay, we want it to be consistent. And the best way to do that is consistently use the same fonts and colors. So you can set up a branding board like this in Canva, or you can just do a simple Word document. It doesn't have to be fancy, but the idea is that you're going to make these decisions ahead of time, and then those are going to inform all the designs that you create. So are we ready to get to the demo, Katrine?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let me share my screen.
I stop sharing mine here then.
I think I can share mine.
There you
Excellent. Okay, so I am signed into Canva here, and this is the pro version, but I'll try to point out some of the differences. So first, a little tour. You can see all the different things that Canva has to offer. You can make documents, whiteboards, presentations, all kinds of social media graphics, videos, print products, things for your website, templates, photo collages. I mean, really, there is nothing that Canva can't make, which is why we're such big Canva nerds around here. So how are you going to get started? There's a few different ways. If you go up here and you click the Create a Design button, you can get started. One, a custom size. So if you already know what you need, for example, if you need a 5x7 card that you're going to mail out, then you could start with the custom size and it's going to make a 5x7 template. Or if you're doing an ad in the newspaper or in somebody's program and they give you a specific size, then you can start that way. Another great way to start is by typing in the type of thing that you need. So for example, if you want to make an Instagram post, or if you want to make a Facebook post, you can just type it right in here, and Canva already knows the best size for those. So that's a great way. I don't know if you've ever seen on social media, specifically like on Instagram, they're square, but if you don't put the right size, the sides are going to get cut off. So if you know what you need, you can type it right in here, and it's going to start you off with a template that's already sized correctly for that item. But the best way to start, in my opinion, especially if you need design inspiration, is to use one of these ready-made templates. So you could do a couple things. You could do a search bar and you could type in any word. So let's say dogs. Let's say you work in a nonprofit that has to do with animals. And it's going to give you, in this case, over 11,000 different templates that have to do with dogs. So this is a great way to start with your design inspiration. You can scroll through these. If you find one you like, you can click on it in heart, and that will save it for later, which I often do. And remember that you can change the colors and the fonts. So what I'm really looking for when I get started is just the overall design. You know, do I like the way this is looking? You know, I can change the colors. I can change the picture of the dog to something else, but do I like the overall design? Another way to get started is to just browse through their templates. So for example, I can go to social media and they have different ones. I'm going to pick the Instagram platform. And we have Instagram posts, Instagram stories, Instagram ads, Instagram reels, all these different types of templates. So let's see, let's pretend we're going to do a post. I'm going to click see all. All right, and there are 500,000 different templates. If you cannot find something on here, you're in the wrong place. But that might be a little too much. So you can always narrow it down a little bit by theme. So let's see. Let's do products. And I often find that product ones are helpful for services as well. So these are some different templates you could use. So for example, this right here is very fashion oriented, but there's no reason we couldn't pull in images that have to do with your product or services. Same here. So don't get too tied up in what it looks like now, but just what the overall design is. So let's look down and see if I can find one I like. Oh, I love the way this looks with the new. I'm gonna let you guys look for a minute. Okay, I like this one, very simple. And you see, I've already put a star on it because I liked it and I wanted to save it for my ideal file for later. So I'm just going to click on it and say customize this template. Okay, so let's pretend that we're doing this for one of our clients who has a very unique Airbnb situation where they have like Airstream trailers near the beach that you can rent. So here's my initial design. So I want to have a background and then I want to have this photo on top. In this case, they're both the same, but they could be different. And you have two different types of images that you can work with. You can click here and you can upload your own, or you can go to Elements, which is sort of like the library, and you can access the millions of different images and graphics that Canva has available for your use. And this search bar right here is going to be your friend. So I'm just going to type in beach because again, their property is on the beach, and you'll see everything that has to do with the beach. So we have beach graphics, beach photos, beach videos, beach audio, all kinds of beachy themes. So I'm going to go to videos and find a video that I really like. Okay, I like this one. Now all I'm going to do is drag it and drop it right in here. And you see now that video is the background for our Instagram. Isn't that beautiful? And then I want a different one on top. And in this case, we'll use something that we've uploaded. So we've uploaded this picture that we took ourselves. And again, I'm going to drag it and drop it right here on top. And then if I want to tweak it a little bit, all I have to do is click on it and I can move it left and right. I can pull it in and out to resize it. Okay. And I can also go up here and edit the image. And there's different things you can do. You can remove the background. You can maybe erase a little something that you wish wasn't there. Like the other day we had a traffic cone in a picture. I like to use this adjust up here where I can adjust the brightness and that kind of thing. Just give it a little pop. So I'm going to adjust those a little bit. Beautiful. And then again, this is what I was talking about with the templates. If you don't want it to look very mix and match, you need to make all the different things that you design cohesive. And one of those ways is with using the same font. If you use the same one or two fonts consistently, it's going to look like they all belong to your brand, which is what you want. So I'm going to change this. Let's pretend this is our brand font. Obviously, make it a little smaller. It's probably a little too small. Okay. And I can always drag it out like this as well to change the size. All right. And then we can make it one of our brand colors. So there's a couple ways you can do that. If I click on this right here, I can change the color. You can either save your brand colors or you can use this handy little color picker right here. All right. So one more thing that I've uploaded is the logo, always the logo. So let me show you two different things to do with logos. If you have a JPEG, like Katrine was talking about, it's going to have a white background like this. And if your image has a white background, that's no problem. But this doesn't look very nice. We don't really want this rectangular square about it. If you've uploaded one that is a PNG, like so, it has no background, it's transparent. So that would look much nicer. So that's kind of a good example of the difference between a JPEG and a PNG. A PNG, you can see right through it, okay? But these happen to be for our client. So I'm gonna stick their logo in here and then just drag at the corner to resize, okay? So again, I was talking about the colors. I could either have saved my brand colors or I can use this little color picker with this little dropper and I can pick out a color right from the logo. So I could pick out this color, or I could pick out one of these blue colors or the green color. And that's another way to make your everything look very consistent. Okay. I could click on all of this and group it together, and then I could move them all as one. So I might decide I want to rotate it a little bit. Okay. And you see what happened there when I did that, the logo went behind it. Okay. That's an easy fix. If you click on this and click on position, then you can see all the layers of what's on top of what. So all I have to do is drag this, and now this is back to the top again. I can also animate different elements. So I could decide that I want this one to pop or, something else. Stop, which is going to do it just like that. And maybe I don't want it to stop immediately. Maybe I want to wait a few seconds into it because remember we have a video. So if I click on this and show timing, that's going to be down here in the purple. I could switch it back just a little bit and then it won't pop immediately. It'll pop a few seconds afterward. Another thing that you could do is you could take one of these items. Let's see here. And you can copy it and you can make another one. So for example, if I wanted two images on this page, now I have two. I could just make this a little smaller, make this a little smaller, rotate it a little bit. And of course I would pull in a different image, maybe this one. And then I would have and I wouldn't say new arrival. I might say, join us or bucket list or something like that. So let's see how this looks as a video. Isn't that beautiful? We have the video in the background and then we have this little logo that pops in here. And it took me all of 2 minutes to make that. So this is a great example of how I took a template that really had nothing to do with this, but I just liked the way it looked. And I was able to very quickly drag and drop in different elements and then move them around as you get more comfortable with it to make it look how you want. So let's try another example. Go back home. let's say that you are hiring. So you can use a keyword and it's going to give me all the things, 22,000 things that have to do with hiring.
Can I say something here?
Please.
If you stop there, if you look at them, you're going to see that some of them have a little star in or a little crown in the lower right corner, and that is the paid version. If you don't have the paid version, all the others are available for you, but you can pay for the one. So if you don't use a lot, you can always, and it's usually only $1 or $2 for each of those sets. So it's good to know that even if you only have the free version, you can still purchase very inexpensively.
Absolutely. And see, this one has no little crown, so this one is free for everyone to use. So I'm going to click on that again. Say I'm going to customize this template. And let's say we are hiring nurses. We could either go over here and upload a photo that we have of some of our nurses, or we could go to Elements and see what is in the stock photography that Canva has to offer. So I'm looking for a photo of nurses. So I'm going to go here and then pick what I want. And all I have to do is drag it in there. And there she is. We have a client that has nurses that work with like a retirement community. So I might decide I want a photo of nurses working with the elderly, like this one, for example. Let me see if I can find one I like a little better. I love this one, how she has her arm around her. So let's pop that one in there real fast. And now you're like, I love the photo, but it's way over here. If I click on it and click flip, I can flip it this way. So now it's on the right side. And again, you can always click on it and kind of drag it where you want it to be. I can move it left and right, and I can zoom in and out. All right, so now we have a beautiful image, and this, we can change the color. So we could change it to one of our brand colors. And we could, of course, always change the font to our brand fonts, and we can change the colors of those as well. So right now they're sort of a creamy color. We could change it to bright white. And another option you have is I could change all of them. So there are multiple items here. If I want to change all of the cream ones to white, I can do that with a click. And of course, we would be adding, all of our information in here. We would change this to say nurses or CNAs or whatever it is. And we would add our logo probably up here or down here. But that's just a quick another example how we can use a template. And the last thing I'm going to show you is, like many other products, Canva is now using some AI tools. So let me show you a quick example of how you could use that. So there's this called Magic Studio. It's over here, and there are various different things you can use. But today I'm going to try the Magic Design for Video. And what this does is allows you to upload or use 10 of their images or videos, and it will make one for you using AI. So one of our clients recently had a Cinco de Mayo party. So I'm going to choose some images that I've already uploaded from their fun little Cinco de Mayo party. Okay, I think that's enough. And then I'm just going to tell them what I want. I'm going to say I want an Instagram reel celebrating Moose Haven, is the name of the client's Cinco de Mayo event, and then click generate. And you're going to see here in a few minutes, it's going to use AI to try to create that Instagram reel for me. Now, these are not going to be 100%. You're going to have to go in there and tweak them a little bit, but it's definitely a nice way to get started. It's going to put all the images in there. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to push play.
So we have 5 more minutes.
So you get the idea. Now I would probably go in and tweak these. I would move this down so it's not over their face. I would change these to our brand colors. I might click on it and move them over a little bit, but that's only going to take seconds, where this has already made it into a video. It has the zoom in and out features. So that's something I encourage you to try as well. And honestly, we could talk about this for hours and hours, but I hope these 3 different examples we've given you show you just a taste of some of the things that you can do in Canva. And I encourage you to make it consistent. And then once you make something, use it in a variety of ways. If you make a nice graphic, like the one with the nurses, use that on your website, use that on your social media, use that in your email marketing. You already made it, so you might as well use it and be consistent in all these different places. And the last thing you're going to do once you're done is you're going to click share, and you can either download these to your computer or to your Google or something like that, OneDrive. You can also, if you link them, you can share them directly to your social media. So that's how you're going to get these out of Canva and where you need them to be. And then Katrine's going to show us how we can use them for email marketing purposes.
Yeah, and we did have a question in here regarding, because I talked about photos and how important it is to have a license. So when I go and purchase images, I always download that and put that on my computer next to the photo in my client's folder. With Canva, it is different because it seems to be, and I really try to read all the small font, with your account, that means, and if you later on, you can prove that you have an account, that therefore you can use all of those images. And you can use them anywhere you want to. The only thing you're not allowed to do is to go in and take one of the photos and then plainly download it and use it for something else. In the contract with Canva means that you in some way are manipulating it. You might crop it, you might put your logo on it or something, but you can't simply take it. But again, your license is built into your membership. Okay, I think some of you have Constant Contact because you might use that. So let's take a look how you can combine Constant Contact and Canva. So this is our own account right here. So let's say I'm going to create a new email, and we are just preparing a wedding for our son in this house. So let's see if there is a template about wedding that I would like to use. Maybe not that one. I was not happy with that one. Yes, like Dixie said, you might not need to take exactly the something. I think we're going to use this one. Of course, that looks like there is a CPA firm or something, but it's the look of it that I was looking for, an image and just a little bit of text. And if it's going to be a wedding invitation, we're not even going to have a logo. But of course, this is not the image. So we're going to mark it here, and then we're going to replace this image. And you can upload images that are yours. You can go to library, and in the stock gallery library, if you've seen our webinar before, there are lots of images. A few of them are free, and some of them you can purchase, and they are at that time usually $8. But we also have Create with Canva. So we at one time connected our Canva account with our email marketing account for easy marketing. So the only thing I need to do here is I clicking Create Canva. So here, so we're just looking at something stunning at the top. So let's go and look for something here. Let's see what they have. So I'm just going to do wedding. I'm just going to take a look and just pick something. I don't know what I'm going to pick. It was harder than I thought. Let's say you really like this one. Okay, so we just click on it. And we thought this looks really pretty. I would like to have part of that in my email. So I will simply remove this. I'm going to remove the background, I think, of this image. Can I do that? I'm going to say Gustav and Kate. We have a different date, but it doesn't matter. And we think this looks really, really nice. Okay, this is what I need. You might do other things to it. And now I click publish. So now this image is going to be moved from Canva and right into Constant Contact. So now we are in Constant Contact again. This is the one I used when I was testing it earlier, and this is the one we did together. So I'm simply going to use this, and I'm going to insert that. So now that image was changed. I though have to say that the one I did a little bit earlier, I thought was better. I'm going to put that in. So suddenly I have custom made my created something with text, with images that is really fancy. And I did that in Constant Contact. So super, super simple.
Beautiful.
So let's, I'm going to do the end of our workshop. And let me share this screen. Share. Okay. So I'll see where I have it myself. Bear with me. Here it is. So we have done the demo right now. And if you want to get started, Dixie, what do you suggest people do?
We always give you a little homework because the best way to learn is to do. So we encourage you to start by making a branding board so that your colors and fonts and logos are going to be consistent across all of the designs you make in Canva. Then sign yourself up for a free account, or you can always upgrade to Pro. It's less than the cost of Netflix. And then practice. Practice by making at least 5 images or graphics. The more you do it, the better you're going to get.
Yeah. And if you haven't used Constant Contact before and want to give that a try, you can use this link, and then the link is going to come in the follow-up email as well. And you get a free trial account with Constant Contact that is good for a month. So do we have any questions? I do not see any. So let's go on and look at what we have next time. So next time we're going to talk about using the Google Business Profile.
which is another great free resource for local businesses. So either brick and mortars or people who are serving a local geographic area. So just like Canva, this is free, something you should definitely be using to drive traffic. So come back next month and we will show you how to do it.
So
And
here
here,
is our, oops, sorry.
go ahead.
So here is our contact information again. So if you have questions, we are only a call away. Send us an email, and we really invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thank you for joining us, and we are looking forward to see you again in about a month.
And we know this was lightning fast, so look for the email later today where we will have a copy of these slides and also a replay of the video. So you can pause it, kind of look where we clicked and use that to help you as you try out Canva.
Yes. Okay.